this is CTE Know Before You Go, and I'm the host, Tracy Sharman. And what your Career and Tech Ed department does at Vancouver Public Schools is help students know about possibilities and do career exploration while still in high school. So today we're joined by Nick Alder from Columbia River High School.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, Nick.
Of course, my pleasure.
So what grade are you in at River?
I am a senior at River currently.
And tell us a little bit about your career, your school pathway at Vancouver Public Schools. Where'd you start out?
Started out currently sophomore year. We got introduced to career cruising and kind of different options that we were allowed to, and kind of you take a test and you get those recommendations based on your interest, and it's kind of fun to see what jobs you get kind of that match your interest. I remember I got like a window cleaner, so it was definitely like
I got a UPS truck driver.
Right, yeah, so you definitely have the people screaming like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a doctor, and so it's definitely funny to see those things, and then as the years we've gone on, we've progressed to a thing called Zello, which is I definitely enjoy a little more. It's definitely user friendly, nicer interface, and just kind of sets you up for your career planning. Kind of goes more in depth with your wants and your desires in life, and it's definitely helped kind of set the scene for maybe possibilities that I want to do in the future.
Right on. So Zello's replaced career cruising, and it's a really cool app that you can get on through ClassLink, right?
Yeah.
And you sign on, and you can, what I like about Zello is you can take the assessment and the skills and interest, and then once it like pops up mortuary or truck driver, you could see why it picked those things for you and change them.
Yeah.
Have you done any career or college exploration on there?
A little bit. I know we've done a lot of access through like our college applications. That's kind of like what we go through. We go through the Common App, which is the simple thing which all colleges use for a little resume on yourself. And then through Zello, you request teacher recommendations and everything. So that's the main thing that I've used it for.
So are you from Vancouver, Nick?
Yeah, born and raised here my entire life.
So where'd you go to elementary school at?
Philida Elementary, yep. So.
Do you remember where you first heard about the magnet programs?
I want to say it was, I can't necessarily say if it was in elementary school. It was definitely in middle school, and I started hearing about like Fort and River and Skyview and all the certain different varieties that they have.
Was it from other students, or did you guys do like counselor presentations?
Yeah, counselor presentations. And we had, I remember there were certain times where the 8th graders would be pulled aside early in the year to kind of make decisions and give more information to the students.
Didn't those 8th graders seem so big when you were in middle school or in elementary school?
Totally. Yeah, definitely the kids like looked up to for sure.
Yeah. So how did you just apply for IB, or did you apply for a few of the magnets?
IB was the main one that I wanted to get into. Both my sisters were in partial IB, so they'd been through the program, and I really liked what they had been through, so something that appealed to me.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. Are you going to do the full IB program?
Yeah, I'm currently on track to get the diploma. So yeah, I'm currently in full IB.
So tell us what that means, because I hear that a lot. So I know you can take the pre-IB classes in 9th and 10th grade. So what's the difference?
Yeah, so 9th and 10th grade kind of sets the scene. You can take those pre-IB classes that kind of give you a feel for what an IB class might feel like. And then when you're in 10th grade, you make the decision whether you want to go into full IB or partial. And mainly the difference is in partial, you have to take at least 3 IB classes in order to get that partial diploma. And in full IB, you have to take 6 IB classes, and then a 7th period after school, which is a really fun course called Theory of Knowledge. But basically the difference is you just take those 3 extra classes with that 4th extra, and then there's a few side things that you have to do, community service based and everything. But yeah, so that's the main difference, I'd say.
And so then you get, in addition to your Vancouver Public Schools diploma, you get an IB diploma as well.
Correct. And a lot more people are familiar with the AP courses and they get the college credit, while IB is a little less known, and IB also gets college credit for the same things.
And IB is the International Baccalaureate program, so that diploma is recognized internationally.
Correct, yeah.
Do you have any international plans?
Actually, yes. One of my goals down my career path is to eventually get into teaching in South America or hopefully across the world. So that's the plan. Yeah.
Wow. And what can I expect if I take an IB class my freshman year?
Um, Freshman year pre-IB, you're going to get a little bit extra work than a standard class. It's not going to be too much, kind of pushing you in the direction of IB class, and then once you get into the 11th grade is when the IB program starts. It's a junior senior year course. It's definitely a lot more rigorous. You're gonna have a little bit more homework, but the teacher development with students is really good, and they do their best. And it's really, I'd say, although it's rigorous, definitely beneficial.
I feel like it sets you up for success once you get into college, if that's your plan.
Totally. Yep. If it's your plan, it's definitely a path that's good to take.
Do you have a plan for after high school?
Right now, I want to pursue college. I'm going to try and play baseball somewhere, hopefully.
Oh.
So there's some things in the works there, but I definitely will be attending college somewhere.
Have you been applying, Nick? It's that season.
Yeah, I have been playing. Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so now just waiting for the answers, right?
Totally. Yep. Seeing what gets back to me.
And on Zello, what we were talking about earlier, there's a place for scholarships now, and then those scholarships are also on futureme.vanisty.org. So I encourage you to go there and look. Have you applied to the Rotary Scholarship or any of the local ones?
I have not. No.
Go do that today, Nick.
Okay. I
The
will.
Rotary Scholarship closes soon, and there's 24 that they give away for $4,000 to Clark
Oh
County
wow.
students.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will go look at that.
So, what's been your favorite experience in IB so far?
Um, First of all of the candidates in the program are really nice. All the students, super friendly. Everyone has the same goal in mind, so it's very nice to have those people you can kind of lean on. Um, and also, as you mentioned, IB is international, so there's a lot of focus on global problems and global issues, which is definitely broadened my perspective on not the problems that we have locally only, but also the ones that are global. And there's a lot of opportunities to potentially meet other people in places around the world to kind of work at those problems.
Have you been able to travel so far at all in high school? Have you gotten out of
I
US?
had, yeah, I had one experience my sophomore year. I traveled down to a small community in Panama called Ciricito Arriba, and it was definitely fun. A lot of things I look back on that I learned, whether it's cultural barriers, language barriers, but kind of working through those things and seeing how different people think and kind of how their cultures and beliefs affects their relationships. And it was definitely interesting.
And you talked about doing community service for IB. Are you doing any particular project, or is it just a few hours here, a few hours there on different things that you're interested in?
Yeah. The recently actually for one of our projects in IB, me and three friends had set up a group of people, invited a lot of people to go pick up trash on one of the trails, Burnt Creek Bridge Trail. Um, and so we spent a few hours out there. There's a lot of opportunities to go to the food bank and certain things like that. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Um, Thank you for making our town a better place.
of course, it's always my pleasure to get back.
Um, who do you think makes a good IB student?
Um, Definitely someone that is persistent. It is a lot of self motivation. Your teacher's going to be there for you, but they can only do so much. And so, definitely someone that wants to go the extra mile and work a little harder. But definitely, a lot of people can do it. It's definitely a daunting task, but I think a lot more people have it in them than they know. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Just be up for the challenge.
Up for the challenge and just be excited about it because you have a lot of good people around you.
Great. Do you remember when you received your notification of acceptance?
Yeah, I did. It was right before the school year. I'd gone in for an interview with IB, and I was definitely nervous. I was definitely very excited though, and the interview definitely was not something to be afraid of or anything. And I got that acceptance letter, and I was super stoked, super excited to be a part of something like that.
And isn't it great to have one of those interviews out of the way? Because, I mean, you're going to do so many more in your lifetime and to kind of have that safe environment where you can practice and get through it.
Yeah, totally. I would definitely agree with that.
Are you working now, Nick, or what are you doing to keep busy your senior year in addition to IB and community service?
Yeah, school's definitely really busy right now, and then on top, I'm mainly focusing on baseball. And then as much as I can, I love doing community service whenever I can fit that in with my schedule. I try to.
So you've been able to basically do it all. You've been able to be active in sports, be in a very rigorous academic program,
Mhm.
and then find time for community service as well. So it's totally
Yeah,
possible.
totally. I definitely agree. And although it sounds like a lot, I definitely have me time. If I know that's a big thing for a lot of people, you just don't have a lot of time to do your own things, whether it's video games, music, instrument, painting. But there's definitely time for that. Yeah.
Great. Well, anything you want to add, Nick, or advice you want to give to any of those middle schoolers thinking about applying, excuse me, yeah, eighth graders thinking about
Yeah.
applying?
Um, you know, I remember definitely being scared of the IB program. A lot of people, again, mention that it's rigorous, but it's always something that you push yourself for, you try it, and you meet great people. And it's something that you can say you did. And if you try it and you don't like it, there's definitely other options. So I would definitely say if you're considering it and you're on the fence, go for it, push yourself a little more, and see if it's for you.
That's a great point, Nick, because yeah, you can make a decision. If you don't apply, you don't have a decision. So definitely
Right.
apply, but then you're not locked in. There's still choices you can make if it's not the program for you.
Totally.
And
Yep.
I'm
I would.
glad it worked out for you.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
First CTE know before you go, Nick Alder joined us from Columbia River's IB program, and he shared his experience and encourages you to just apply and check it out.
Yep.
Thanks for thanks for talking to me today, Nick.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Take care.
You too, Tracy.